Welcome to a Transformers Encore review. This time we're going to be looking at the Generation 1 Omega Supreme. Here we have Omega Supreme in his alternative mode, which is kind of a mixture between a tank, train, sent with a rocket launcher in the middle. This is the main component of the character itself. He still has an added on face there just for the Encore release, and a cannon right here that will rotate around. On and off switch right here, and the batteries actually go under this plate here. It takes 2 AA batteries, and this is not attached to anything. It's just a claw. It doesn't do anything special. This will close up, but that'll fall off. And this is not attached to any of this base, any of this train part either. It just kind of serves as a mock. It just kind of stands as a mock display for the, looks like something for the rocket to be attached to. But other than that, pretty useless. But the main thing, turning it on, activates the lights and motor of Omega Supreme himself. See, as he goes around the track, his head will turn around and his little cannon will knob up and down. Oh, it is one of the more innovative Generation 1 alternate modes. It's pretty big. It takes up about half of my desk. I had to clear off my computer just to be able to shoot it. And it's pretty neat. Now, it doesn't really transform. It's like similar Generation 1 characters. It basically just falls apart and then just gets put back together in a different manner. So there's no going to be a real process of getting them prepared. It's just going to be taking them apart. So I'm just going to be skipping all that, just going right into all the pieces on the table. All right, so we got all the pieces taken apart. So we got this mass array of a unorganized mess. But I can tell you right now, just for getting to the basic robot mode, for at least the track part, out of these pieces, you're only going to need these two, with this section here at the bottom, not the ones in the middle. So you only need these two, and you can discard the rest of them. Take the rocket, forgot to do this, separate it in half, set them off to the side. To prepare the main body, take these sections here and pull them forward. Flip these out to the side, and just need to leave them like that for now. Take these pieces here, and you have to do them in a very precise order because they're numbers. At the inside, this one's marked F and E, and you have to match them all together. This one is a G and H, and it really does help because it does make it a lot easier trying to figure this out. And then you'll put on the feet, then take D here, attach it to the outside through this at least I think it goes, actually it's going to go on this side. Yeah. And take this one, snap it on in the end. This is a little tricky to do. The trick is you actually got to slide this all the way up, so you got to kind of move the head up in the way and notch the inside of that in there. Then you can take that, snap it in place there. Then you'll take these slide them into, lock them in place there. Then take the little one, put on top, and the medium range one, just put that on bottom, and that will help keep his pants, I guess, together. Just repeat for the other side. Alright, so now you got both the legs done. Take the backpack here, slide it. Actually, you have to kind of have it down at an angle like that to slide it on, and then pushing it back will actually kind of lock the backpack in place. And then take this flappy section there, pull that up, and this is where those two parts of the track will come in. See these pegs here? Well, there's two holes on the back of each of these. Put them in there, kind of like wings, and then close it shut. Now on mine, I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong, but it really doesn't like to stay closed all too well. Probably something blocking it. I'll just have to investigate that, but yeah, it's not very helpful. Then with the arms, extend them out, and then these are pretty cool how they work. Just take them, and you want to take it with this button on the inside, slide it in, and vice versa for the other one. Where's the button? There it is. And they're actually locked in place. You cannot reasonably pull them out. The way that you release them is you press this button and it releases it from the arm. But that's that. That's Omega Supreme in robot mode. Now, one thing I was actually really surprised is he has a really good amount of arm articulation. His shoulders can spin all the way around. He actually has 1, 2, 3 joints in his elbow. 1 to rotate all the way around like that. One right here, and another one on the inside there. And same thing on this side. And of course he has some claws or fingers, you want to call them. And his just, oh, I got it, yay. It's not stuck anymore, it's not flimsy anymore. His lights and motor work here too, so let's turn him on and give him a walk. He is a little bit loud walking, but you can see a light blinking in his head there. You can see his legs slowly creeping along. One thing I really am not going to cover is, which I think is more or less useless. I think the wings look fine like this, but there's other configurations you can do about putting them in like a circle like that and extending them a little bit, but that just looks silly to me, especially this really long one. So it doesn't really, if anything, kind of takes away from the toy itself. I think it looks best like this, and I think everyone else would agree on that. He does have a big painted Autobot logo right here, and he does have a rub sign right here to reveal his Autobot sign there. The way this really differs from the original Generation 1 release of the toy is it didn't have a face, or if you can really call this a face. It was just more or less this orange plastic here, but you can see that it actually has a molded piece underneath his visor that kind of gives it eyes and a nose there. They could have done a little bit of a better job, especially with today's techniques and technology. But it still is a lot better than just the visor that they had before. Other than that, the figure looks amazing. It is surprisingly amount of articulation. It has been one of the most sought after Generation 1 figures to have a reissue, and when it got announced to be an Encore line, it was universally anticipated by all the fans, and it's one I've wanted for a long time. And one of my favorite video reviews of this was actually Reuven's 3-part review of this, which is actually one of the most entertaining reviews I've ever seen. It's really, if you haven't seen him, go check him out. Robot Adventures. He does really funny Transformer reviews and doesn't take anything too seriously like he shouldn't. But yeah, it's a great toy, and it was a little bit expensive when it came out. Like, it was over $100 to import in the US, but he is on sale at BigBadToyStore.com. I think he's down to like almost $70. So, and they're really fast shipping. So that's probably the best place you'll be able to get them. I definitely recommend them for Generation 1 and newcomers to the Transformers fan. This is a legend among the Generation 1 Transformers, and a must-have for any Transformer fan, new and old. Until next time, thank you for watching.